Okay everybody, welcome back to the Code House. In this video we are going to be talking about 3 JavaScript functions that you can use on your JavaScript file or in your JavaScript file, which will display something on your browser. So this is something that's pretty exciting because until now all we've done with JavaScript is stored values and created functions, but we've never seen the value that's been returned to us. So that's what this video is going to be all about. So be sure you watch till the end because the last method is going to be something that you need to know for the rest of your life if you're going to be using JavaScript. Okay, so if you haven't already, please subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any new channel updates. Like the video, share the video with friends and family, and let's get started. So the first thing that I've done is opened up VS Code. Second thing I've done is created an HTML file and linked to a JavaScript file, which is currently empty. And then the third thing that I've done is refreshed my revealed my file in the File Explorer and opened it up on my browser so that I can keep refreshing the page whenever I want to and run whatever JavaScript is currently present in my file. So with that created, let's get started and let's get to the first one, which is the alert function. So the alert function is a function that JavaScript gives us, and it's something that we do not use usually inside our web pages. So you may ask, what's the whole point of it? Well, it's used sometimes for debugging, sometimes for applications, JavaScript applications that are just used just to practice JavaScript and things like that. So you may see a few YouTube videos on creating a guessing game with JavaScript, or I'm not sure what else projects are there, a to-do list using JavaScript and things like that. And the alert function is sometimes used for those. However, on modern websites, this is something of a big no-no because it pauses the whole website. So it keeps loading the website until you've dismissed the alert. And this is something that gets really, really out of hand if you have multiple alerts coming at once. So what happens is the first one comes up, you have to dismiss it, and right away the second one comes up, and that goes on, and then like your client just gets rid of the whole tab, and you lose your client, which is not something you want if you're a web developer. So in this video, what we're going to talk about is how you use these 3 and why you would use them, and also what's the whole point of actually learning these 3. So one thing that I'm going to tell you is that these first 2 that I'm going to show are not very important, and it's not something that is absolutely necessary to learn. However, if you do have like an interview or something like that, the alert and prompt functions are something that you should learn, something that you can use when you want to show someone basic JavaScript without like creating HTML elements and basically DOM manipulation or things like that. The third one, however, is super important and is something that you will use almost daily as a JavaScript developer, or when you create things using JavaScript, or you want to debug using JavaScript, or whatever you name it, you're going to be using the last one, which I'm not going to name yet. So watch the whole video, and you shouldn't be missing out on the first 2 anyways. It's good to learn, and almost every single JavaScript developer knows the alert and prompt functions, and that's what I'm going to be getting to now. So as I said, the first one is the alert function, and it's something that you may have seen on Google if you're using Google, the browser, not the website, with the search engine. So if you close a tab that currently has an input, so let me see. No, I won't be able to show it to you like this. So if I close this tab, for example, and if it had a website that had a form inside it, and I was typing in something inside the form, then a JavaScript or the Google would tell me with an alert, you have unsaved work. Do you want to exit the page, or just close it, or continue working on it? So this is something that's used by Google and other browsers, not so much used by websites. And you may see this alert function on a few websites, however, it's pretty rare. And it's super easy to use because all you need to do is call it like a default function and pass in one argument, which is the text that you want to show on your alert. So I'm going to be typing in, I'm inside the alert function call. Okay. Now on our first page, hopefully an alert comes up. So you can see here, I'm inside the alert function call is shown. And now just look over here. I mean, this is the whole point of why you should not use JavaScript alerts, and the next one that I'm going to use as well. So you can't even see whatever's happened, whatever's on the web page until you actually dismiss this alert. And this is something that I implore you not to use for the sake of you, your website, and your clients, because it's just really frustrating having to dismiss something in order to get to the website. So I'm pretty sure you'll almost never see this, and you shouldn't be seeing it because that's not a good sign for our website. So that's all that the alert function does. Pretty useless in the fact that you are not in control of the browser. So if you're a browser or something, I mean, I guess that's a bit important. However, if you're not part of the browser, then what you should do is just create an alert on your HTML page. So they can click the X button on the alert, and usually it takes the place of modals and flash messages and things like that. And I'll show you an example. So get Bootstrap. Bootstrap has a flash message thing, so it's called alert. And this is how it looks. And this is HTML, not JavaScript. So all you need to do is take whatever HTML is used to create something like this and put it right here. Okay, don't use the alert function. I'm telling you don't. And it's just used for sometimes making sure that you've linked to a file really quickly, or basically creating a JavaScript application. So you'll see a few YouTube videos on the alert function and prompt function, which I'm going to cover next. So those two are used sometimes when you want to create a few games or applications in JavaScript without HTML. So that's usually what alerts are used for. However, it's not used in modern websites. That's all I've got to say. The next one that we're going to look at is the prompt function, and the prompt function is almost exactly the same as the alert function, except it is way more rare that you see this. So you'll 99.99% never see this on a website, because there's no there's no reason to use the prompt unless like you're a really lazy HTML designer or web designer, because you can't create the page. So if you're a web developer and you're not using HTML to take in something, so that's the whole point of the HTML input element. And the prompt element or the prompt function, which I'll show you right now, is just like this. So type in something. So it's basically exactly what the alert is, except it has an input as well. So wait, this is the first alert. I'm just going to get rid of this first. So you know, if I did this, you'll actually see the next one. So this time you see type in something, and you actually have an input where you can type something in. So if I type something in, then what would happen is this prompt function would return that value back to me, and I would be able to use it as a web developer inside this JavaScript file. However, what you need to do with the prompt function is a bit different from alert, where you can't just call it. You actually need to store the value that's been returned as a variable. So let's go ahead and do this. Let string, or how about we do reply equals prompt type in something. And now when we refresh the page, I'm going to type in something, and that'll be something. It told me to type in something. Okay. And you won't be able to see it right away because we haven't done anything with the reply function or reply variable. If you go to your console, you can type in the value or whatever reply is, and that tells you that it's a text or a string value that has the something value. So that's all the prompt function is. So if I were to create something like this, and this is just going to be really quick. So let's say I created a function as a JavaScript programmer. So if I created a function prompt and I'd take in a string, then all we do is do whatever you want. Like I'm not sure how you would actually create an input on your alert or something. So just basically do all the code for input and text, and then whatever the value of value, just return value of this is just pseudocode, by the way. Return value of input field. And that's all that this function prompt is actually in real life, like JavaScript in Vanilla.js. So that's basically what the prompt function is as well. And you can use the prompt function to take values in and store them and use them to your advantage. For example, in a guessing game where you want to ask the person to guess a number, they type in the number and you can store that value, check if that's the actual number that you want, that's the correct number, and if it is, then alert, you were correct, good job, you win, here you go, $1 million. Or something to some words to that effect, and that's pretty much what the prompt function does. Now, coming on to the last method that we're going to be calling, and this is something that is super important. As I said, it's something that you'll see and use in almost every single website that you create and you visit. So if you've ever gone to a website, so let's go ahead and go to MDN's website. The MDN web docs, and I'm just going to open up the JavaScript console. Oh wow. Okay, let's go here and just open up a console right here. So that was bad. Oh my god, come on. I want to see something that has something that has consoled. Something inside my console, please. Okay, you can see right here and the A. I'm not sure what they did this for, but it says A. And what they've done in this case is logged to the console or printed in their console A. And this is something that's pretty useful when you want to debug or when you want to understand what the value of a variable is. This is what you use. This is exactly what you need. So you saw right here where I typed in reply. It gave me the value of reply. So this is actually not something that you can do on your file. So let's say if I typed in reply and this was here, obviously nothing would happen. I wouldn't get this printed to the console or anything. But I need a way to actually log or print to my console the value of something. So that is what the whole console.log method is for. So now what we need to do is actually call console.log, which is a method, console.log, and really, really important and super useful as well. It accepts one parameter like the other two, and it is usually a text. However, it can be any valid data type in JavaScript. So it can be an object, a string, a number, a undefined. It could be undefined. It could be null. It could be an array. So you can actually use this to console.log, any valid data type in JavaScript. And now what you can do is print whatever you want to the console. So let's first just print hello. So this is something that's hard-coded. You can see right here. It says hello. Now that's not really cool because I've just told it to print hello. How about we print reply? So now what's going to happen is reply is first not going to be anything until I type in something. When I hit enter, console.log reply will be initiated. So I'll type in I am console.logged. Woohoo! I am console.logged. Woohoo! And you can also use the console.log function right here. Console.log reply. Oops, not like that. Reply. I'm console.logged. Woohoo! Okay. So now that we've done that, what we want to do is what we want to do is actually use the console.log function as a basis for our previous function that we did in the last video. So this is going to be, we're going to wrap this up real soon. All I need to do is create the function that I did last class. So function greet accepts a name and age, and all we are going to do is return hi there name, your age, years old. Okay, so currently this is not going to have any effect on our web page because we're not calling the function. So all we've done is stored a function called greet, and it does all this. The next thing we want to do is call it, and let's go ahead and store the value of greet. So let greetings equals greet. Name is going to be John, and he is going to be 8 years old. Okay. So let's think about what's going to happen. Think about if anything's going to actually be seen on the browser. No, because all we've done is stored a value. Now we want to actually show this value onto the browser. So what I'm going to do is a slightly more complicated example of this. So what we're going to do is create first a prompt. So let's go ahead and let name equals prompt. So this is going to take in every single method that we've learned today. So we're going to prompt the name of, so we're going to prompt enter your name. Okay, enter your name. And this is going to store a name value. Then we'll call another one, let age equals prompt age. Enter age. Okay. Now what we're going to do is call let greetings equals greet name and age. So name is a variable, age is a variable. Okay, and what the hell is this? Okay, it doesn't really matter, I hope. Okay, let's call it let your name, your age. So this is just to prevent a deprecation warning from coming up, and we're not going to do your age. So now what's going to happen is you are going to call greet. So first thing that's going to happen is enter your name is going to pop up. Type in your name. Then enter your age is going to pop up. Type in your age. Then we're going to store a value by calling greet. Let greetings equals greet your name and age. So let's think about what greetings will be. Greetings will be hi there, whatever name's been passed through, your age, whatever's age been passed through, years old. Now, the last function that we haven't done so far is we're going to console.log greetings, and we'll also alert greetings. So we're going to call every single function that we've learned today, and that's going to be the end of the video for us as well. So refresh the page, let's type in my name, and let's call myself Anonymous. Now let's enter my age. Let's say that I am 21 years old. Hi there, Anonymous, you're 21 years old. And hi there, Anonymous, you're 21 years old. So that is it for today's video. Hope you understood what all those three functions do. Hope you understand that prompt and alert is useless, except if you want to create JavaScript applications that's not going to actually be on a website or something. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on notifications so that you don't miss out on any new channel updates. Like the video, share the video with friends and family. And as always, please give us feedback. Comment down below what other JavaScript topics that I should take. Any videos that you would like me to create. How-tos I'm in the market for creating how-tos, and I'm going to be creating a few videos on a few HTML and CSS applications, as well as a really cool JavaScript project. So stay tuned by turning on notifications and subscribing, and that's it. Okay, and that's the end of the video. So bye for now.